Okay, you have to.
Okay, so you can, hi, I'm Dafina Smith, founder and CEO of Coveted Maine, and we're going to talk all about the expensive brunettes era today. And so it's always weird when you're doing two things at once. I have our new intern, Lauren, here helping me out. Are we live on Instagram?
We are.
Hi, everyone. So if you're joining us, we're either live on YouTube. We're also live on Instagram. So I have two eye lines. I'm going to try to work to make it all come together. And if you are a part of the Covet Collective, which means you have a Covet main account, check your email. You can join us. It's so much more fun when you join the Zoom link and we can chat and have conversations. But I'm just going to get started. So, we are so excited. We've never done this yet. We usually launch one color at a time. And we've been working on in 2023, we spent a lot of time in product development. Anyone who knows how product development is, it's slow, it's painstaking, and then I'm also a little meticulous and anal about stuff. So I just wanted to make sure we were getting things right. We have so many new things in the pipeline that I'm super excited about that are going to all launch this year. But in part of this product development and just collaborating with other stylists and just being back in the lab, as you would say, it was brought to my attention by a lot of people. Like we work with Graham, even working with Tori Elise, Sassy at Goldie & Co, that we just needed to fill out our brunette selections. And, you know, when we launched, and really to this day, we were really known and really kind of made our mark with our blondes, super dimensional, they're very cool, and we kind of, you know, migrated that expertise down into the blonde palette. So we have colors like Newport and Cape Town that are very brondy and cool, and I loved. And we had brunettes, but when we started, we had natural, and natural is like this virgin hair. And just want to make sure my mic is on. I'm realizing, please. It is. We'll see. And if not, I have to articulate even more. So what realized is that, yeah, it's on. I'm good. That even if you have natural, which is virgin, you don't always want to like dye the hair darker. And not a lot of people were really lifting the hair as much as I thought. And so my original intention with natural was like, well, if you tone it, you can gloss it, and you can have more control versus being handed over like here's a jet black or here's an off black. We're good. So, but that was 4 years ago. And so now, you know, I've also just been focused on media. I've been loving so many people going, you know, really like Hailey Bieber also really inspired me in terms of that migration towards embracing more of your natural brunette color. And that whole look of the expensive brunette, Sophia Richie. I love Jasmine Toques as well. I really just those like gorgeous, rich, dark colors that just give that like quiet, luxury, expensive, polished look. So I think we are so excited. So we have 4 colors that we're launching today, and we're also launching an edit. So I'm gonna just pop through them in order from darkest to light. We have this color, which is just our London. It is just a nice dark, it's not jet blue black. It still has a little bit of dimension to it, but it's not a brown tone. And so it's really my color. I love just that expensive, elegant color that we all love. So this is London. And then next we have, we had natural and then we jumped to a 3, but our 3 is now, I believe, no, we had natural, Southampton, and Portofino. So Southampton was like a really nice, dark chocolate brown, but we didn't have something that was like a mid-tone. So this is closest to like, you know, for us in the extension world, we're gonna catch our light. This is closest to more of like a 4, but fours can be tricky and you don't want to have too much of the red tone, but you don't want it too cool either. And I just love, even when you see these two together, they play really nicely together. Just little pops here and there. So this is Montreal. So Montreal would more commonly be known as a four. And then we have, and this is not really a icon because we're in New York City and we have New York City noises with us. Tokyo. So Tokyo is, and it's really a hard color to kind of understand and contact, like on its own, try to give it some context. So here you can kind of see it where you get that. I don't know if you can see it here. You get that grayish tone. And this is actually a color. We have a couple of colors like this. Most of them have desert names. So we have Sahara, Mojave, blondes. They're more blonde colors, but this is really a brunette still. So it doesn't have that like desert sand name, but it still has that idea of like, this is what a lot of your client's actual base color is like. And so you get, by just adding in usually 1 or 2 wafts of this, you really are able to just have more of a seamless blend. It also takes color lovely and it gives you a lot of control. I love this color, but this is not a color that you would ever do a full install on your own with. Be very rare. These are really our tones meant to like paint your canvas with, and it's going to allow other colors to pop, whether they're darker or they're lighter. But some of my favorite blends with this is like a Cape Town, Newport, even this with Aspen Blonde. I think it's really lovely just to let the aspen live on top of this. So those are our 3 colors in the brunette category. So we have Tokyo, London, and Montreal. Those are all named after cities. So our dark brunette colors also will always have city names. Then we have our first color that's in the rooted and balayage category. So this is Lisbon. I put a lot. We had a couple of rounds of Lisbon because what I wanted was a true balayage. So it starts off really dark in a 1B tone, which most of our rooting, and I'm going to put this here for Instagram. Most of our tones of our rooted colors start with more of like a 2 or a 4. So you wouldn't be able to install it and have it blend with someone who's a true dark brunette. So it starts off with that rooting. And then in the 2nd to 3rd zone, you can start introducing more like chocolate and caramel pieces. But you still have that dark base. That dark tone starts to fade out around here. And then towards the bottom, you just get the kisses of those like chocolate and honey browns. So it's a true balayage. It has 3 different zones of color in it, and I love this color. And its name is Lisbon, which I'm actually going to on Wednesday. So I'm very excited. I love Lisbon, my favorite town. So these 4 colors are really meant to flush out the covenant main. New York is giving such chaos right now. Sorry, there's so much noise. Give it a second. So they're really just designed to fully flush out our tones and palettes. So also, something that we haven't done in a while, Lisbon will be available in both hand-tied and our coveted weft. But for the last 2 years, since we introduced coveted weft, I started doing all of our launches in coveted weft first. And then if they were successful, we would move them over to hand-tied. But, you know, a lot of you expressed that like love coveted weft, but we're still like an OG hand-tied lover, and you wanted more innovation and more availability in hand-tied. Specifically, Amanda Gluck, you were one of the people when I was talking to you by phone last year, you mentioned that. And so when I heard that, I was like, you know what? Let's kind of go back to what put us on the map, which was our patented cut point hand-tied weft. So these 3 colors are only going to be available in hand-tied first, and we'll slowly move them over to coveted weft. So just a way to go back to our heritage and just kind of get back to what, we love about coveted Maine. We love designing, making gorgeous colors, doing it collaboratively. And but that takes a while and you can't rush those things. And so last year it felt like we were just more, pregnant with these ideas and these launches. And now we're like giving birth to them. We're super excited. We can't wait to see what you guys love best. And one thing that I did not mention is that we have a new edit as well. And so I don't know if any of you who are part of the Covet Collective work with our edits. Lauren, I'm actually going to ask you to go grab me an edit in the other room just so I can show. But edits are something that we launched last year. And I did another live about this before. Essentially, they're 2 wefts of 3 different colors. They offer you a really great way of getting exposure to 3 different colors without having to purchase as much hair. But not just that, they're also curated to be inspired by work that we see when we're working with social media, or we're working, in studio. What are the color palettes that just like play so nicely together that we wish more people would work with? So kind of like a cheat code, and it allows you. So, and they come in with the garment bag, and they come with the hanger. So you'll get 2 wefts of each. And so we have, to celebrate the launch of our expensive brunettes era, we have a coveted weft, not a coveted weft, we have a new expensive brunette edit available on our new site. And the name of this is the Blonde Maximizer edit. So you have Sahara, Mojave, and Tokyo. You got 2 wefts of each of these colors, which are just great way to kind of amplify and give some dimension and depth to any of your bronze tones. So they'll play really nicely if you have a Cape Town, if you have a Newport, they're gonna look gorgeous with them. So we're super excited about that. And it's just also nice to have, these are just nice colors that you may not want to have a full bag of, each of these, but they're really nice to always have. I promise you, you will always have an install where you're like, oh, this would be perfect if we could just add in a little kiss of depth and dimension. And so this edit will allow you to do that. And then we have our dark brown edit, which is Lisbon, London, and Montreal. So you have here, you have 2 wefts of each. You have Lisbon, London, and Montreal. And it'll just give you a chance to have a really dimensional, more chocolate balayage for your clients who want dimension. Just because you're a brunette doesn't mean that you want to have one tone in all the time. So we created those 2 new edits. They are available on our new Coveted Maine digital experience that we just released last week. For any of you who are new to Coveted Maine, if you don't have your login credentials, make sure you touch base with your concierge, or even if you're old, if you've been with us since day 1, if you are logging in this week, you might, if you haven't gotten our emails last week, we do have a new amazing site. It's just a fast, seamless experience, but you do need new account credentials. So make sure you either check your email, check your spam, or reach out to your concierge and they can help you get situated. So I'm not going to take up more time on a Monday. We're really excited for these launches that are available today. And we can't wait to see what you guys do with this. We will be looking on social. Please tag us. Please, use the hashtag Coveted Maine so we can see and showcase some of your work that you do with this. So thank you guys. Happy Monday.